History is more than just a series of dates and names. It's alive in the soil beneath our feet, in the whispers of the wind, and in the scars left on the land itself. Some battlefields, marked by the blood of thousands, still pulse with an eerie energy, carrying the weight of the horrific conflicts that once took place there. In this video, we'll explore 5 battlefields where you can still feel the danger, where the past hasn't been erased but remains etched into the very landscape. These places, steeped in history, still carry the echoes of the soldiers who fought, died, and changed the course of the world. Our first stop is Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the site of one of the most pivotal battles in the American Civil War. The Battle of Gettysburg, fought from July 1st to 3rd, 1863, was not only the bloodiest engagement of the war, but it also marked a turning point in the conflict. Over 3 days, more than 160,000 men fought across 25 square miles of Pennsylvania farmland. The Union and Confederate forces clashed in a battle that left 51,000 soldiers either killed, wounded, or missing. By the end of the conflict, General Robert E. Lee's Confederate Army was forced to retreat, and the Union secured a major victory. This pivotal turning point in the war altered the trajectory of the American Civil War, and historians often cite it as the moment when the Confederacy lost its chance to win. On the first day alone, 3,000 Confederate soldiers were killed, including men in the famed 26th North Carolina Infantry. Many historians consider the battle's iconic moments, such as the 20,000 soldiers fighting for control of Little Round Top, as the defining events that changed the tide. Today, Gettysburg stands as a haunting memorial to this bloody struggle. Visitors often report feeling the weight of history upon entering the park. At night, the battlefield is known for its eerie quiet, only disturbed by the faint sounds of marching or even phantom musket fire. Next, we journey to the fields of Waterloo, Belgium, a place that shaped the future of Europe. On June 18th, 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte faced a final decisive defeat that ended his empire and marked the end of an era. The Battle of Waterloo saw over 200,000 men fighting for control of Europe. Napoleon's forces, around 72,000 strong, clashed with an Allied army of over 68,000 soldiers under the command of the Duke of Wellington, bolstered by Prussian forces commanded by Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher. Over the course of one fateful day, the battlefield became a testament to the brutal reality of war. By the end of the day, approximately 50,000 soldiers were either killed, wounded, or taken prisoner. Napoleon's empire was shattered, and he was exiled to the island of St. Helena. The Battle of Waterloo was the culmination of nearly 20 years of conflict in Europe, and its outcome led directly to the reshaping of the continent under the terms of the Congress of Vienna. The battlefield today is marked by several memorials and monuments, including the famous Lion's Mound, which commemorates where the French first launched their attack. Visitors can climb the mound and get a panoramic view of the battlefield where so many soldiers, both French and Allied, gave their lives. Those who visit often report a sense of foreboding when standing in the same places where Napoleon's empire crumbled. Despite the beauty of the landscape, there's a tangible sense of loss in the air, a reminder of the bloody conflict that unfolded here. Verdun, France holds a place in history as one of the most harrowing examples of war's ability to grind men down. The Battle of Verdun, fought between February 21 and December 18, 1916, was the longest battle of World War I, lasting 302 days. The German Empire's plan was simple: bleed the French army dry. Verdun became a test of endurance, a war of attrition where neither side gave way. Over 700,000 soldiers were killed, wounded, or went missing, a staggering number that reflects the brutal conditions of trench warfare. The French suffered 377,000 casualties, while the Germans lost 337,000 men. The battle became a symbol of France's determination and its national pride, as the French famously declared, "They shall not pass." Verdun was also one of the deadliest examples of industrial warfare, with both sides using massive artillery bombardments that turned the land into a lunar landscape of craters. The fortresses at Verdun were subjected to endless shelling, and the trenches, some of which still exist today, bear silent testimony to the horror that unfolded here. Even today, Verdun is a place of reflection. Remnants of exploded shells and cratered land still litter the area, with memorials and cemeteries marking the sacrifice of both French and German soldiers. The battlefield is still home to over 200,000 unexploded shells, making it one of the most dangerous places in France. Visitors who walk these fields often describe an overwhelming sense of solemnity, as if the land itself mourns the thousands who died there. Not far from Verdun lies the Somme, a battlefield that became synonymous with the carnage of World War I. The Battle of the Somme began on July 1st, 1916, and remains one of the largest and most disastrous military engagements in history. On that first day alone, the British Army suffered 57,470 casualties, including 19,240 dead. This remains the largest single-day loss of life in British military history. The battle continued for 5 months until November 18th, with over 1 million soldiers killed, wounded, or missing. The Somme saw the first major use of the tank on the battlefield, though their impact was limited. Despite all the technological advancements, the soldiers were still fighting in the mud, enduring relentless artillery barrages, gas attacks, and heavy casualties. The battlefield itself is scarred with the remnants of war shell craters, barbed wire, and the remains of trenches that tell the story of the harrowing conditions soldiers faced. A visit to the Somme today is a somber journey. Sites like the Thiepval Memorial, which commemorates 72,000 missing soldiers, and the Somme 1916 Museum provide a window into the chaos and bravery of that time. The energy of the battlefield is palpable, with many visitors reporting a heavy, oppressive atmosphere, as if the weight of 1 million lives lost still lingers in the air. It's a place where history hasn't been forgotten. It's alive, and it still demands reflection. In the heart of Texas, the Alamo stands as a symbol of sacrifice and defiance. On February 23, 1836, a small group of 189 Texan revolutionaries, including famous figures like James Bowie, William B. Travis, and Davy Crockett, stood against an army of 1,500 Mexican troops led by General Santa Anna. They held out for 13 days, refusing to surrender, despite being outnumbered. The siege ended on March 6, 1836, with all defenders killed, but the sacrifice at the Alamo inspired a rallying cry across Texas. Remember the Alamo? It galvanized the Texas Revolution, leading to the eventual victory of Texan forces at the Battle of San Jacinto on April 21, 1836, which secured Texas independence from Mexico. The Alamo is more than a historical site. It's a memorial to the resilience of those who fought for it,